welcome everyone. Now you're here, we'll have some fun. First we'll clap our hands just so, then we'll bend and touch our toes. Welcome everyone. Now you're here, we'll have some fun. Today's animal is a grizzly bear. The Great Grizzlies Go Home by Judy Hilgemann. In the little island town of Albert Bay, life was usually a peaceful mix of sun and rain. Work and school, family and friends. One September day, things were a little different. Two unexpected visitors were on their way. They came by water, but not on the ferry. Their paws made good paddles, and their strong muscles pulled them through currents and tides. The two big bears clambered out of the ocean onto a rocky beach, shaking the salt water from their thick fur. They set off to explore. The bears' noses led them to juicy cranberries and crunchy grasses in a swamp behind town. At the end of the day, they sat and watched the sun set behind Vancouver Island. Early in the morning, the bears snuffled through the quiet streets and nibbled at gardens. The bears lumbered along the beach in front of town, snacking on grassy roots and tiny shore crabs. They used their long claws to dig and hunt. The next day, the bears wandered through backyards and feasted on fruit trees until they were plumb full. Neighbors asked each other, "Did you see them? Did you get a photo?" No one had ever seen a grizzly bear on Coromant Island before. Conservation officers set bear traps to catch the grizzlies without hurting them. The bears were more interested in a sweet, smoky smell from a barbecue. But after a few days, the bears checked out the traps. When they stepped into the big blue containers to investigate the plum and salmon snacks, the trap door banged shut. The conservation officers tranquilized the bears and moved them to the airport. With the help of the helicopter pilot, the officers placed the sleepy grizzlies on a large net. Everyone was happy to see the bears fly back home. Goodbye, the school children called. Now it was safe to play outside again. The helicopter lowered the bears onto a soft, grassy bed beside the sea. The bears woke up and sniffed the air. They padded into the forest as the thump, thump, thumping of the helicopter faded away. You have been listening to The Great Grizzlies Go Home by Judy Hilgemann. This one's called The Beehive. Here is the beehive. Where are the bees? Hidden away where nobody sees. Watch as they fly out of their hive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Buzz! They're alive! We're going to do it one more time. You ready? Here is the beehive. Where are the bees? Hidden away where nobody sees. Watch as they fly out of their hive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Buzz! They're alive! Grizzly Bears by Hansen. Grizzly bears live in North America. They live in parts of the United States. They can be found in Canada, too. Grizzlies live in many habitats. They live in woodlands, forests, and prairies. They like to be near rivers and streams. Grizzlies have thick fur. It is almost always dark brown. Some grizzlies can be light cream or black. Grizzlies eat many foods. They mainly eat nuts, berries, and other plant parts. Their favorite treat is salmon. Grizzlies have humps on their backs. The hump is a muscle from digging. Bears have to dig for food. They also dig their dens. Grizzlies eat a lot, but they eat even more before winter. They have to gain lots of weight. They do this to prepare for hibernation. Most grizzlies sleep through the winter. They sleep in dens. Dens keep them warm and safe. Female grizzlies have babies in winter. Baby bears are called cubs. Cubs drink their mother's milk. Mothers don't eat all winter. Male grizzlies leave their dens in March. Females and cubs wait until April or May. Cubs are stronger by this time. More facts. In Canada and Alaska, grizzlies are called brown bears. Grizzlies prepare for hibernation. They eat a lot. They gain about 3 pounds per day. Grizzlies lose up to 30% of their body weight in the winter. Glossary. Den, an animal's home that is usually underground or on the side of a hill. Habitat, a place where an animal naturally and normally lives. Hibernation, an inactive state that some animals go into to pass the winter months. This state protects them from the cold and lessens the need for food. You have been listening to Grizzly Bears by Grace Hansen. Thanks for joining me for today's Animal Explorers Grizzly Bears. We began our journey today with The Great Grizzlies Go Home by Judy Hilgemann, published by Harbour Publishing. And we got to watch these great big grizzly bears swim their way onto an island in Canada, where they then had some fun. Can you imagine if you're outside barbecuing and all of a sudden a grizzly bear strolls up because it likes the smell of what you're barbecuing? I don't know, but they looked like they had a lot of fun in town. Then we read Grizzly Bears by Grace Hansen, published by ABDO, and we got to learn about these great bears that sleep all winter or hibernate and like to eat berries and salmon. Did you learn anything new about grizzly bears? I hope you enjoyed today's Animal Explorers. Let us know your favorite animals so we can cover it on a future Animal Explorers.